Hey you guys, we got an exciting tour set up for you today. Today we're going to be touring a luxury home with the multi-gen feel. So you got the luxury multi-gen that we're going to be doing today. I haven't seen a lot of these, so that's why I'm excited to do that for you today. So without further ado, let's take a look inside and see what we're working with today. Let's go. Okay guys, we are inside the multi-gen, luxury multi-gen today, and we're gonna take a look at this. This is 3,100 square feet, so a little over that. What's great about this is that there's a lot that you can customize. There's a lot of things you're gonna see today that the house comes with. So it'll give you some ideas of how you wanna customize, and you can change some things around. So I'm really excited because it's not often that we get a chance to tour a luxury multi-gen. I've been through a lot of multi-gens, but typically they're not luxury. And here's the thing, this is one of my favorite builders. I got a couple of builders that I like. I'm not gonna say all their names. You have to wait till you watch those videos, or you can reach out to me directly and that's what I do. I kind of guide you to what's gonna be the best feel for you with what they have available. So let's get into it right quick. So right off the bat, love the door. We're getting a lot of the builders are putting in nice doors now. We got the huge door here with a little bit of light inside, frosted. And then you got an option with some texture here on the wall. So we see different types of designs with texture. Right here, this is a great idea right here to put your, whatever type of artwork you hear, and then put some lighting on that artwork right up here. So I have buyers I've worked with that just have art pieces that have been with them for a long time. And they want to share it. They want to share it with their guests, and their guests love seeing it. And so this is a great way to share that with your guests that come by to see it, and putting some light on that just to kind of highlight it a little bit. So this is a nice piece. Now, right when we walk in, we're looking at like a tile that looks sort of like wood. So that's durable for the people that have pets. You have little ones that are running around, that running all through the home. This is really doable for that. And so we walk right in off the bat to the left here, and we come into the bathroom. I'm excited now. Normally, I will have walked through the model and seen the layout. I have not walked through this layout. So you guys are walking through this layout with me for the first time. And so this first bathroom here is a full bath. And it looks like we have 4 bathrooms today we're gonna look at. So if you're like me, there's not enough bathrooms in your home. Even though you may have more than 2, still not enough. 4, now that's starting to work. So we got a step-in shower here you're looking at, and then one sink. So this is just a real straightforward bathroom, one sink, but very nice and pretty countertop here. I'm not honestly, I'm not positive on the material. It feels almost like a quartzite, but it's real dull. It's not shiny, but it's smooth. And then the look is just real nice. I love the look. It's a dark color, but it doesn't look dark. It's not black. So I'm not sure in the video how this color's coming out, but in person, this is almost like a gray, but it's not. It's black, but it's not a dark black. So you can see the texture inside of it. So this is something you have to come and see. It's very nice. And then you can see the contrast here. This is black. So look at the contrast. So that's your black. This is not black. It's very light, and it feels light. So I love that color. And then we'll pan on up. It's a different type of lighting that we got going on here. Nothing fancy, but it is nice enough to where you're like, okay, I like this. This is cozy. So now with that, we're gonna walk on in, you guys, into the next room here. So right off the wing here to this bathroom, we got an office, bedroom. In this case, it's an office, so let's take a look at it. You know what? I misspoke. It's not office, because why? We got a sink right here. We've got a little mini range top. Most of the builders that'll do the multi-gen, most of them will not include the cooktop. You're gonna have to put that in yourself. So I love that they're showing you that you got, again, this is semi-custom, so there's a lot of things that you're gonna be able to custom in this home. I love it, customize it. And so you got a range here. Of course, you got the microwave, so you're gonna see that in most cases. And then we've got the soft close. I know in the main house we have soft close drawers and cabinets. Let's test it out here in this other extra room here. So we got the soft close there, but I still like to look and see what we're working with. So I'm gonna put some spices here, some spices there. This is pretty high up, so you're probably gonna put some things you're not using on a regular basis up there. Okay, for you shorties out there, this cabinet, again, this is gonna be more of a space that you're putting things away that you're not using all the time. Now, if there's something you need to get here, and maybe you do use it a little bit more frequently than what you're using over here at the top, then you're probably gonna have to have a little stool put aside, set a stool aside so you can just roll it over here and be able to reach up there, because that is pretty high. I'm not a short guy, and you guys can see. You see my hands up here. I'm not gonna be able to reach something in the back here. So if I can't reach it, a lot of my shorties out there will not be able to reach it either. So keep that in mind, but I like it because we can never get enough storage, right? If you're like me, you cannot get enough storage. So you just need a place to get it up and out of the way. Keep in mind, up here at the top, there's still space up here. So we all have things that we don't want to get rid of it, but we want to keep it. We don't really have a place for it. Well, here's a spot up here. That's got to be about 2 feet up there. So you could put like a clear glass case, extra cabinetry, something where it kind of hides what you're putting up there, but yet it's still storage. So that's just an idea for you. You have some options on how you can use that. I'm just giving you a couple of ideas. If you have something I haven't thought of, I'm always open to you sharing your ideas. Again, the cabinetry is pretty tall. You can hit this one right here above the fridge. This is a short fridge. Look at this fridge. This fridge is shorter than I am. So this is a short fridge. So you should be able to reach this first shelf. But then beyond that first shelf, again, so these upper cabinets are gonna be more for things that you're not using on a regular basis. But then the good news is that you still have room down here for cabinetry, your pots and pans down here, right? This is just there. This is not all the way finished, but your pots and pans. Then your other storage here on this one. And then you have some more things down here under the sink, like your cleaning products and so forth right here. So you'll be able to reach all of those. And then if we pan around here, we've got the refrigerator right here, but then we still have a nice little seating area. This is a pretty big size couch. It's an L-shaped couch, so it's coming from 3 feet from the wall all the way to the window, and then all the way up through that whole window up that wall there. And then you have the way they did it, they put the TV right here against the wall. Love the way they did it, and this is an awesome idea. Look at this, guys. Your TV's here, but this type of table is cool because you can pull this, it's out of the way. Because in a space like this is your extra space, right? So you need to conserve space in this part of the house. So using a table like this, I love this. You pull that out, you can eat, and you slide it back in here and you're done, it's out of the way. So let's just slide that out of the way there with one hand. Now it's out of the way. If I need to come over for whatever reason, I can. And I love the little, because you're in a smaller space, so you're gonna have your little, if you wanna watch TV and eat, it's just you by yourself, that's the idea for you too. So I like this little space right here. It's a little small, cozy space. If you need some privacy, maybe it's an office because you have a separate entrance right here. Or like we said, just keep it pure and just use this as your multi-gen. So if you're keeping it as your multi-gen, you don't want to use this as your office, you want full access to this as a multi-gen, let's look at the rest of it. So you've got the living area here. This bathroom then that we looked at earlier would just be saved for the person that's in this area. You'd put a closed door here, close this section off, right? And then down here, let's just pick a peek. I think this would be your closet, right? One of your closets. Oh, washer and dryer, stackable. Okay, that would go there. That's a pretty big size stackable for a multi-gen. Now you're coming into your bedroom. And inside your bedroom here, this is also, basically this whole side is like a suite. The bedroom, bathroom, laundry room, and the living room area. Here's our closet, we're gonna peek in here. So it's a mini walk-in closet. Let's get a good shot of that. Mini walk-in closet. So you can store quite a few things there. And again, you see all that space from the shelf, the first shelf, all the way up to the top. So you could put in extra shelving up there to store things that you just need to get up off of the floor. Pretty big size room. This is huge here, but you still have the window and you have room on the side for nightstands. I love the idea of the lights on the wall. I'm not really feeling the whole wood paneling here. That's just me. I'm not feeling this, but putting a light here like this, I like it. Now, obviously, if you put this on the wall, then if you get tired of it and you want to try something different, it's going to be a lot more complicated to take this off than if you just use something on the table here. Now you can change it out. Fashions change or your taste change. You pull that out and change it. So this is something a little bit more permanent, but it's an idea. All right, we're just getting started. Let's go see the rest of the house. So right here in the hallway, I want to pause for a second here. So we're going to pan back, and you can see the hallway's a little long here. So that was we just passed the multi-gen area right there. Long hallway, So what the designers did in this one, just to give you an idea, they put just a little light stand here, some little decorative pieces here. So that way, as you're making your way down into the home, it just kind of keeps it from being boring. Again, some more light artwork with some lighting on here. So it just makes the space feel a little bit more, not so boring, a little bit more lively. And you walk into this area here. And so now we have another little cutout area here, space here. Love the huge TV because you have the huge wall here for that. And then this is a great idea. I'm sure many of you have seen something like this before. I like it. It's not overused. That's why I like it. And so I always get excited every time I see it. It's like it's my first time. Because this is up off of the floor. You have some shelving here so you can put some things in here and get them out of the way. Keep things picked up. And then you have space underneath. If you need to put something under there, you could. Maybe you have a floor sweeper that's automatic and goes through the whole house. It can park right under there and it's out of the way. And you're not kicking it because it's cabinets here, kind of a buffer for you. So you have some storage here. You have a counter space. You can actually put some decoration so it's just not a blank wall against here. And then you could put something like a TV up here and still have a space to watch TV here. This never gets old. I love this idea here. A little mini breakfast bar area. So what that does, if you're lazy like me, hey, I don't want to watch the game after I eat. I want to watch the game while I'm eating. So you can sit here, watch the game, eat here, kind of, let the people that are doing what they want to do on the other side of the house do their thing, but you get to watch your game in peace. Maybe you got a friend or two that want to watch it with you. You've got a seating area right here to let them do that. And so again, even though this is not in the main part of the home, this design allows you to put windows here on this wall so you still have light coming in to this part of the home, even though you're not even in the main part of the house yet. So I love that. And hopefully we can pan over here and get a picture of some of the artwork on the wall just to give you some ideas here. And this is kind of cool. Instead of just going with your basic paint, there is some design. It's like and this cloth feature is kind of nice because of the classic design. It's not something that would easily go out of fashion, out of style. So I like that they did that. I'm still more of a paint person because then it's quicker to change it. But something like this, you probably wouldn't need to change it very often if you did change it because it's pretty timeless, I think. So yeah, that's just another idea of what you could do if you want to do something different. And then we're gonna pan around over here because we've got a picture of the floor plan here. And this gives you a quick snapshot of some of the options.
This dining room that you have right here, you have the option of changing it, converting it to a den, or you can convert it into a 5th bedroom. So right now this is still more of a den in my opinion, but you do have that counter back there if you did want to do some dining.
Great. Thank you for helping with that, Dante. So you guys got a chance to see Mr. Dante doing his thing. He'll be back in with us too as we're touring through the home. And again, we're at the den area. We haven't gotten all the way into the home, and we still have that nice texture on the wall. Still having, so now they didn't put the light. Another idea, if you don't want to put the light above the artwork, how about lights on either side of it, and you're still getting some light on it. I like the light above it. It looks nicer, and it gives you the room to do something different over here. So I like putting the light above, but this is another idea. So I like that they're changing it up, giving you ideas on how to use this space. And this is an awesome space. We're into the larger family area now. Again, we got wall space for you to put some art here. You do have room to put another counter space if you wanted to do that here, just like we did over here. So we got another wall area here. And so over here on this wall area, instead of art, we want just something to hang on the wall and then a counter space right here. So you can do that all throughout the home. And what's cool about using those counter spaces is that you choose something like this, again, you have more storage. So you can use something like this to store things out of the way, get things put away off the floor, keep your space nice and clean. And so you can have little storage all throughout the home, but at the same time, it looks like decoration. Let's look at the rest of the space here. So this is a built-in, so you can display some artwork here or whatever it is that you wanted to have out and easy access to. Or I believe, again, we have options to small customization, so we can leave this out. Now, there's some more rooms down this hallway, but we're gonna hold off on that. We're gonna go back, this is a huge space. We're gonna go back to the main area here and finish looking at that. So more built-in space here, more of like a wet bar type of feature, type of feel right here with this counter space. It's nice. This is definitely feeling like quartzite right here. And then whatever you want to store here that would make sense. So if it were coffee or a liquor or whatever it is that you have here that you need to access. There's cabinetry with that and the shelving and storage here. And again, maybe you don't want to do that with this space. You want to do something else with it. Again, those are my art lovers out there. They would love this because there's things that you can put here. You see they have a painting here. There's other things that you can put on top of the shelves here. So there's lots of places to put those things here. So that's a great idea for that. And then you've got the space here for either your television. This is another piece that you might want to add in just for ambiance, just for looks. And then just like on the other side here, we have that storage again. So more artwork, more storage. It's giving you options to use this how you want to use it. And even with all of that there, I mean, that saves the space. It's pushed back. You have tons of room here to do what you want to do. If you have big furniture, you see here that this is a big, huge L-shaped couch. They've got one chair, but there's obviously room for more there. And then this is a great idea. Once you have a space this big and you have, you decide to go with maybe a long couch like this, here's 2 chairs so that you can turn around and still be a part of this area here. So in this area here, extra huge breakfast bar area. Now you may be asking yourself, why would I need this huge space? This comes in really handy because, first of all, you have lots of room for food prep over here prior to the dining. So before the dining, you have room for food prep. Then during the dining, obviously people are eating here, but then you're able to offer other foods here. This whole section here could be, you can have a runner here and have other foods featured here, other entrees right here, so you have a place to put it. They still have room to eat, it's not in their way. There's a runner here for other foods that they can reach over to get, or you can have warmers here, where they can come and get warmers here on this side and also on the other side. So having a big breakfast bar like this gives you a lot of options so that you can do some things that you normally wouldn't be able to do or you'd be cramped to do in the kitchen. And so we turn back around here and look at our appliances, General Electric on the fridge, as well as on the other appliances here like the stove and the microwave. Back around this other side here, we'll try to see if we can get that in the shot. We got the General Electric with the dishwasher. These are all soft close drawers in here throughout. And then we got the electric range here. Let's take a look at the inside of the stove just because we can. Just take a look at that, it's pretty nice. Like how that's set up in there. It feels extra wide to me, which is handy. And then of course you know that those racks are all, adjustable. Now this does not, so they changed this up. They got away from, looks like they got away from General Electric on this induction stove here and went a different route. So, but it's nice, very nice. And then this right here, you got this piece here which helps if you have huge cooking pots that you need to, you don't want to lug them from the sink. You could just put it right here and take care of liquids that you need without carrying a huge pot back over here. So this is a nice, well thought out thing I would include with my design. And then let's take a look at the cabinetry. We saw the cabinets in the extra living space. So let's take a look here. So these cabinets, they're a little shallow, I think, in my opinion. It's not very deep. The other ones felt deeper. These don't feel as deep, but we still have that height. So just to give you an idea again here, I'm not a short person, and so you can see the height here, but you definitely can reach these. This is reachable, reachable, reachable. It's not till you get to the last one at the top that it's a little bit where you're gonna need a stool for that. And then same thing with this one. So you can take a look at the cabinetry in here and see it's the same game plan there. And then from that, we come around back to that room we were looking at earlier, and we have the pantry right around this area. So I think it's a great spot for the pantry. It's a walk-in pantry. So you got plenty of space in here for your Costco runs. But if you decided to turn this den area here into a formal dining area, this would be great. It's easy, makes it easy access to going from the pantry back and forth. Also easy to go back the other way here. So we're gonna pan back around into the kitchen. So that's a good location for that. You see the light fixtures here. Again, those are things that you could change out. That just happens to match with this breakfast bar area here. And then when they went to farmhouse sink, which makes it makes it feel like it's bigger just because the sink is wide open. Tons of cabinetry under the sink, on either side of the sink. And then back behind the sink, you have cabinetry on the bottom, cabinetry on either side of the stove up the top. And then if we pan back around over by the oven, you have cabinetry above the oven, to the side of the oven, above the fridge. Cabinets, 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 tons of place to store. And of course we have our recessed lighting up top. which comes in handy if you need more light. So tons of light here. You've got your 3 over the breakfast bar, and then of course, as you pan over here towards the actual dining area here, we've got, just kind of take a look around here. We've got the sliding glass door, windows on every single wall. So you're not hurting for light. It's a well lit space. So this floor plan lends to a lot of space for you. A lot of light, a little light for you. The ceilings are very tall. It's deceiving because you don't really realize it at first. There's nothing really tipping you off here, but it feels, when you look up, you're like, well, this is big. But now if you go back over to the section over here, you'll see that it's even taller back in this section up here. So it goes up another foot. The ceiling is raised even higher. And then we've got some wooden beams there to kind of add some design to the top here with your ceiling fan. I think this wood design matches really well with that style of ceiling fan. And then we'll pan back over here just to kind of get a nice panned out, zoned out look of the dining area there. Look how huge that area is. This is a 6 seating table with a shelving in the back, plants on either side, shelving on the back wall, and yet look at all the space. There's room to do more here. You can do a lot more here, So this is a great floor plan, really wide open. It feels open to me. You've got to come and take a look at this, so I would love to do that with you. Looking doesn't mean you have to buy. Looking's fun. I do this for fun. This is fun and it's educational. So this is a great way to help you get educated on the market. Even if you went with a different floor plan, this is a great way to give you an ideas on what you want to do, because you know that when we're here in the Windsor community, you have that ability to customize. So some of the other floor plans we're going to get a chance to look at, keep in mind, you may take some of the ideas here and move them over to that floor plan. So let's keep going. So if you haven't guessed it, this is the master bedroom. And so you can see, again, throughout this whole layout, this floor plan, they didn't lose track of the light. This is a huge floor plan, so it would have been easy to get away and to be dark. But with all the windows that they put in, tons of light. They continue with in the hallway, we saw the texture on the wall. So in this master bedroom, they continued that here. Of course, you know that's not something you have to have, but it's just an idea. And then we still, with this bedroom, it's already big, but it feels even bigger because of the ceilings up here. And inside that, they hid the sprinkler system right inside the beam there. That's pretty smart, because it just looks out of the way. It's out of the way. You have to really look for that. I like that. It's just out of the way, you miss it almost. Then you've got your sliding glass door here that gives you access to the patio, which we'll take a look at towards the end. I want to see more of the house before we go out there. Wow. The foot of the bed. We've got a full-on living room almost going on here. Table, sofa, a chair over here. We've got a little end table so you can read your book and have your wine right here. You almost can just hide out in here and get away from whoever's out there, because you got everything you need here. I think the only thing you're missing is a pop-up TV on the wall. That's all. You got plenty of room here. You got nightstands on either side. There's room above your headboard for more artwork. And again, you see the options for the 2 windows on either side of the bed. Windows on this wall right here, windows on the other wall over here. So pretty much, again, in this room, windows on almost every wall. And then to the side of the sliding glass door, the designers elected a dresser here. So you could put this pretty much anywhere, but this is a pretty good spot because you're not blocking any of your windows, and yet you still have the access to using this dresser. Let's go and see the rest of it. So right around the side over here, if you guys want to come follow me, we have a built-in storage place for your clothes in here. And again, things are optional, but this is a great idea. It's cut back in here, so it's not really, I don't feel like it's taken away from your space. It's pushed back, it's out of the way. You can store some things here and then get into the main room area, but just come with me. And now we're into the bathroom, and we have one sink there, and there's another sink. So we got Jack and Jill sink. So all the way down over here on the other side of the tub. I love these tubs here. These are nice. This is a huge tub. This is huge. If you find yourself with some extra time and wanting to take a bath, this is a tub to do it in. You have plenty of room to stretch your legs out here. So that's a nice tub there. And then back over here, we have the step-in shower. This is a huge shower. I'm opening the door here. There is a little step up. You got to step up into it, but it's not much. So even those that are challenged with, stepping up and over a tub, this is doable. You can step right over that. And then they've got a little seating built in on the inside. You got shower heads on either side of the shower. So they're already letting you know, hey, 2 people can get in here. You're in a hurry. You don't have to wait. One side has a shower head, the other side has a shower head. Room for your towel, and then from there you go right on into the closet here. So we're into a full-on closet. It actually turns around the corner here, and you have some more space on the side here. So plenty of room in this closet. This is really a nice sized walk-in closet. They dropped a little bench in here just to give you an idea that, hey, there's a lot of room in here. And so we do have 2 shelves in this one, but keep in mind, there's a lot of space up from here to the ceiling, so there's still room for shelving here. So a nice space for the walk-in. Now this is a great master, but let's take a look at the rest of the rooms. There's a couple more rooms for us to look at. So we're gonna go check those out. Okay guys, so this bathroom here is really like that other bathroom that was in the multi-gen room. Pretty much almost identical. So you got one bathroom in the multi-gen. This is the second bathroom out closer to the family room area. And then of course you've got the bathroom in the master bedroom. And then we're gonna come across in this bathroom, you guys, and go right on into this bedroom here. Okay, so in this bedroom, unlike the master had windows on every single wall. We have one nice window in this room. And then it's still a pretty decent sized room because you have the nightstands on either side to give you a feel for how big the room is. And then they went with that change up with the design with the wood back here, but you could put whatever you wanted back here. And with the tall ceilings, it makes it feel a little bigger. And then we've got this is a standard closet with the double sliding doors there. So this is a standard room. All right, let's go into the next one. So here is our laundry room. So we got the laundry room here with cabinetry inside, at the bottom, at the top, on the other wall, there's cabinetry. And then of course you've got your sink here with even cabinetry under the sink. So tons of room in here. The flooring is the same uniform throughout the home with that tile. I think we only have carpet in the bedrooms. So if you got a chance to see the next gen room, we saw the master bedroom, we saw one of the other bedrooms over here to the right. And so you have the option here to do 4 or 5 bedrooms on this floor plan. But so the other rooms are gonna look pretty much the same as the little boy's room that we saw. Let's take a look at the patio area to give you some ideas on what you can do with that. So hey you guys, we are out on the patio. This is a covered section right here. So you got the covered part that's already built in. So you have, as you can see here, you can have dining right outside here without having to worry about being out in the elements. So you can enjoy the weather. If it happens to be sprinkling a little bit, you're okay. You've got covering up here and you got a little shade. But then beyond that, as it gets cooler in the evening, this is a great idea. Those of you that have one, I don't have one of these, but those of you that have one of these, I think it's a great idea because now you can put your fire right here. And now as it gets cooler, you're able to sit out here next to the fire. So then you have more cement coming out this way. And then this yard is big enough to where you even have a little side yard over here. So we'll pan over to the side yard. And that part happens to be just outside the master bedroom that we looked at earlier. So you're getting a chance to see that. And then back over here, great idea with a gazebo and putting in a grill area. And so when you put in something like this with the cement, you've got a whole nother area to hang out in next to the grill area, but then you're also not far from the fire. So we'll kind of pan around so you can see that. There's a grill area, this is a hangout area here, hangout area in front of the fire, and you still have a side yard over there. So this is a pretty good size backyard. Who says you can't still get a new construction with some yard on it? You can. Like I said before, it's the luxury feel. It's a next-gen luxury. This is awesome. So if you have a college-age person that's staying with you that needs their freedom, you can use it for that. It can be an office. Maybe you're taking care of your mom or your mother-in-law or father-in-law. That's what I love about that space. So once again, you all, this is over a 3,000 square foot home, 3,100 and some change. 4 bedrooms with the possibility to go to 5 bedrooms. We're in the Windsor community with Wilson Homes here today. We've got a lot more floor plans that we want to show you in this community, and different floor plans. Price points. They're starting at mid 900s, right around there, low to mid 900s. And just depends on how you want to customize it, because this is one where you can customize it. So today, what I love about this space, this community, is that you've got the custom feel without the custom price. So with that being said, let's set something up for you all to come see it for yourself. The video is great, but I would love to walk you through this. I can't show you everything. There's too much to cover, but I'll try to show you what I can in person, and I'll be able to download a lot more to you, and that way you can see the options and you'll get educated on what's going on with the market and what's available today. See you on the next one.